Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the graduation of the August 2025 class. Hey, for those that aren't from Florida, welcome to Florida. This is new for us. We've never done a graduation without power, but we are going to adapt and overcome because these warriors have worked for 3 weeks to make this day happen, and so we're going to make it happen for them. So bear with us. I know it's getting warm. I'll try to get us out of here as quick as I can while also making this as meaningful as possible to the warriors. So with that in mind, as I said, good evening to everyone. Welcome to the graduation of the August 2025 class. For those that don't know, my name is Kevin Steele. I'm the Chief Program Officer here at K9s For Warriors. And as we always do before we kick off the ceremony, we like to honor our nation in 2 different ways. Tonight it will be one. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. We don't have audio, so we will not do the national anthem tonight. So if you would go ahead and stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Warrior Trainer Dan Reliva.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We would like to take a moment to say thank you to the Dogtopia Foundation for their continuous support of over 350 Warrior and K9 teams. Since 2021, the Dogtopia Foundation has supported K9s For Warriors mission through their Fetch It Forward program, where individual daycare centers across the country raise money to help support Warrior and K9 teams after they have graduated. We are so grateful to our Dogtopia family for their continued support of rescuing lives at both ends of the leash. At this time, please join me in welcoming, before that, let me just give one piece of advice, if you don't mind. In this indoor environment, our noise echoes and it gets very loud in here. So when we're in the indoors environment, we're going to go ahead and do the golf clap, if you will, so that we don't distract the dogs or cause any distractions for them as they're working for their warriors. So if you could please keep that in mind as we go through the ceremony, I'd certainly be grateful. With that said, please join me in welcoming the graduating class of August 2025. Outstanding. So for those that aren't aware of what our mentorship program is, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it before we get started introducing our warriors. So we started this probably about a year ago at this point, a mentorship program where our warrior graduates sit with our future warriors to talk about anything and everything, what it's like to have a service dog, some of the good things, the bad things, and the ugly things about having a dog strapped to you 24/7 as you go through life with your new battle buddy. And there's certain topics they talk about, of course, each month, but mostly we're looking to prepare them for their time here in training to reduce that anxiety and that stress that inevitably happens as they near their training date. So it's a great program. We're very proud of it. And I want to take a moment to honor the mentor for the August 2025 class, which is Randy Butcher and his service dog, Nova. Unfortunately, Randy and Nova aren't able to be with us this evening because Randy is actually our manager of K9 training in San Antonio. So they just had graduation last night. They're wrapping things up right now. But Randy, if you're out there, and I'm sure you are, I just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your schedule and your busy life to invest in these warriors. I'm sure they're grateful. I know I'm grateful. And just seriously, thank you for all you do. Randy is a 2016 and 2024 graduate of our program, so Nova is his second service dog through our program, and he's a veteran of both the Marine Corps and the Army. He served in many capacities, primarily as a wheeled vehicle mechanic, and he served a tour in Iraq from 2004 and 2005. So if you would join me in a round of applause for Randy and Nova, please. At this time, I'm going to welcome and introduce each warrior and service dog team and share with you a little about each one of them. First up, we have Alan and his battle buddy, Tucker. Tucker was chosen because it's a strong, dependable name that reflects loyalty, resilience, and dedication. Tremendous qualities for a service dog. The name Tucker conveys a grounded, hardworking spirit and a calming presence. The name carries warmth and strength, representing a loyal companion. We hope that Tucker can bring you peace in challenging moments and is always ready to help. Tucker was provided by Van Hendricks K9 and trained by Mark Page. Next we have Jua and Mathis. Mathis is sponsored by the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dreamfinders Homes. Service dog Mathis was named by the Jacksonville Jaguars fans in honor of former cornerback Rasheem Mathis. And it looks like the sponsors are both in the audience and some are watching online. Are you with us tonight? Awesome. Thank you for being with us today. Mathis was donated by Carol Duke and puppy raised lovingly by Kate and Garrett Van Wy. They picked Mathis up when he was 16 weeks old and worked every day for 14 months to guide and train him into becoming the service dog he is today. Thank you for raising him and loving him in your home. Next we have Warrior James and Battle Buddy Maisie. Maisie is sponsored by the Low Country Foundation for Wounded Military Heroes, a nonprofit dedicated to supporting veterans, with the gift made possible by Mark and Mary Reed. The name holds special meaning for Mary, who was adopted into a loving family that already had 5 children. Mary's adoptive father, a police officer, affectionately nicknamed her May or Maisie, a name that Mark still uses today and the only one who calls her. Naming the service dog Maisie is a heartfelt tribute to that bond and the love, resilience, and family spirit it represents. And the sponsors are watching online with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Maisie was provided by Love in the Lead and trained by Meredith Sullivan. Yay! Who wants to start all over? All right. Next, we have Warrior Eduardo and his battle buddy, Mandy. Mandy is sponsored also by the Low Country Foundation for Wounded Military Heroes, and the gift was made possible by Joe and Nancy Walsh. Joe and Nancy chose the name in honor of their son Mike's first dog, Mandy, a black and white border collie lab mix adopted from a foster family in 1995 when Mike was just 5 years old. Mandy was smart, loving, loyal, and sweet, bringing the Walsh family 12 years of joy and comfort. Naming this service dog after her is their way of honoring her memory and wishing the same happiness, devotion, and companionship for the veteran who will call this Mandy their own. Sponsors are in attendance with us tonight. Are you out there? You braved the weather for us. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We appreciate you. Mandy was fostered by Christine Fidner, provided by Love in the Lead, and trained by Hannah Bartlett. Next is Warrior John and battle buddy Scotty. Scotty was sponsored by the Players Championship. Scotty earned her name from the 2024 winner of the Players Championship, Scotty Scheffler, who delivered an unforgettable performance, finishing at 20 under to claim his second consecutive title. It was a historic run, marking the first back-to-back win in the tournament's 50-year history. We're grateful for TPC's continued love and support of our mission and proud to celebrate our second sponsored service dog named Scotty. This milestone also marks the 11th sponsored service dog from the Players Championship. Scotty was donated by Chrissy Daniel, fostered by Daniela Casio. Scotty was puppy raised in loving homes by Karen Perdue, Sandy Hill, and Marie Massey. Thanks to each of you for helping Scotty grow into a confident, well-socialized dog. And Scotty received her final training from Tracy Kindig. Next, we have Warrior James and battle buddy Abby. Abby is sponsored by Robert and Susan Sturr. The Sturr family chose the name Abby after their dachshund that took care of them. She loved her family, and they loved her in return. After Abby's passing, the family never got another dog because they believed they could never replace her, but they are happy to pass her name on to a dog that would help a veteran. They believe that's what she would have wanted. What a beautiful dog. And it looks like they're in attendance with us tonight as well. Are you out there? Thank you so much for attending tonight and for all that you do for us. Abby was rescued from the Putnam County Animal Shelter and trained by Mariah Shirley. Next is Warrior Kevin and his battle buddy Wilma. Wilma is sponsored by Lynn's Bach Foundation through Joe and Amy Iverson. Wilma means resolute protector. We hope Wilma is a resolute protector and battle buddy for Kevin as they begin their journey together as a service dog and warrior. And they are watching live online with us tonight. If we're online, not sure. Thank you nonetheless. I hope you see this recording in the future. Wilma was fostered by Julie Hancock and Tom and Kathy Sawyers and was donated by Carol Duke. Wilma was raised by Mashika Gandhi through the student-run organization Aggie Guide Dogs and Service Dogs at Texas A&M University. During her time with the organization, Wilma lived with Mashika, participated in meetings and socialization outings, learned many advanced skills, and passed 3 levels of K9 Good Citizen tests. Thank you, Mashika and Aggie Guide Dogs and Service Dogs, for helping Wilma become the life-saving battle buddy we see here today. Is Mashika here with us tonight? Mashika, thank you so much. That is so incredible of you. Wilma was trained by Chris Shepard. Next, we have Warrior Joseph and battle buddy Diesel. Diesel is sponsored by Men's Warehouse. Diesel is the 12th dog of 25 sponsored by Men's Warehouse. From November 2022 to November 2023, Men's Warehouse raised and contributed $1.6 million to support K9's mission through a donation ask at checkout. Diesel's name was selected by Men's Warehouse VP Mark T. and was chosen for one of Mark's fallen comrades. And it looks like they're in attendance with us tonight. Are you out there with us? No? Okay. Diesel was provided by Van Hendricks K9 and trained by Haley Yarbrough. Next, we have Joseph and his battle buddy, Dawn. Dawn is sponsored by Stryker. Stryker is one of the world's leading medical technology companies offering innovative products and services in orthopedics, medical and surgical, and neurotechnology. Dawn is one of 37 dogs sponsored by Stryker since 2015. Stryker names this sponsored service dog Dawn in honor of Don Pearl, who served as president of the Joint Replacement Division until his retirement in March of 2024. Under his leadership, the Joint Replacement segment played a key role in advancing Stryker's mission. Naming this dog after Don is a tribute to his lasting impact on the company and a symbol of strength, leadership, and service, qualities that will live on through this dog's partnership with this veteran. Don was provided by Love in the Lead and trained by TJ Wright. And last but certainly not least, we have Jacob and Chip. Chip is also sponsored by Stryker. Stryker selected the name Chip as a nod to the components, like bone and joint implants, plates, and surgical chips that help restore mobility and improve lives. Just as those innovations support strength and healing the body, Chip and Service Dog will offer life-changing support, stability, and independence to this veteran. The name reflects Stryker's mission to restore movement and enhance quality of life, one step and one companion at a time. Chip was fostered by Tom and Kathy Sawyers, provided by Van Hendricks K9, and trained by Chris Shepard. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our August 2025 Class of Warriors. I just have a couple thoughts to share with you tonight. We often go out on many different public access training events throughout the 3 weeks that they're here with us. Some of them are fairly routine. We want them to get some consistency and stability in the beginning when they're still unsure what's going on, unsure about their dog, building a bond and building trust with their dog. So some of that remains the same. But as we get into weeks 2 and week 3, it becomes more and more challenging for them. We take them to places like baseball games and the Costco's and the Jacksonville Zoo and all of those different types of places. One, to challenge them and push them outside their comfort zones, but two, to show them that they can do this. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. These service dogs aren't a magic pill, but they can get you through these hard times and hard places if you trust in them, just like we've shown you can do over these past 3 weeks. So as I was thinking about that, and by the way, let me just share with you, last night they enjoyed a trivia night out on the town with their service dogs. So that was a first for us as well. But I hear it was a great time had by all. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm interested in your feedback, and we'll see if we can do that for future classes. But that's a tremendous achievement there, considering all that you've been through. So we're proud of you for that. I looked through some of the we call them binder sheets, but they're really a list of your goals and your lifestyle and all those questions you remember us asking you on the phones before you got here, as we learn more about you and what your need was from a service dog. I hope you don't mind, but I thought I might share a couple of those thoughts with you tonight, just to bring you back to why you filled out that application, that long, difficult application. So if I may, I'd like to share some of those with you here tonight. One warrior said they would like to have help integrating back into public settings and being an active member of the community. Another said they'd like his service dog to give him something to focus on, making him more present and ground him when he's anxious. A third one said, I'd like support with flashbacks and my reaction to public spaces. Another said, I would like to have an anchor in moments of high anxiety. Another one said, I would like to be more comfortable in public. I'd like my service dog to help me calm down when symptoms rise and help me not depend on other people. And finally, one said, I would like to be able to go out and feel comfortable and safe, just feel normal, lower anxiety, and get me out of the house. I got to tell you, we see classes come and we see classes go, but this type of stuff never gets old. This is why we do what we do month in and month out. I hope you remember, as I've read these off, which one was yours, because they're all individual, they all mean something to you, and they all mean something to us. But I also hope that as you sit here on graduation night, you think back on when you typed that and what you were going through and what you were thinking about. And I hope you feel that in this past 3 weeks, these dogs have done just what you asked for when you came here. Lower the anxiety, lower the stress. Let me get out living again. Help me to not have to rely on other people. I'll have my battle buddy by my side. That's my goal for each and every one of you as you leave here tonight. I will tell you, that does not come by just going home and sitting down and expecting things to continue on as you've seen here. We've spent a lot of time training these dogs, a lot of months. You've spent a lot of time working with these dogs, helping them to get to know you better. You've learned about your dog, and now's the real test when you go home. I want you to go home and realize that you don't have to train 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week like you did these past 3 weeks. That's not necessary. These dogs are fully trained. You now have the tools you need to help you and your service dog be successful. The key here is just to get out. Just do it. If you're not feeling comfortable at home, just bring yourself back to training. You probably didn't feel like going to some of the places we've taken you to these past 3 weeks. TSA at the airport is high-stress environment. Nobody likes TSA, and especially when they're unfamiliar with their service dog and how that interaction occurs. But you did it, and I hope you're proud of that, because I am certainly proud of you for it. So my challenge to you is just go home, love on these dogs, get them used to their new environment, show them grace and patience, because You're back in your comfortable environment. They're yet again in another uncomfortable one, an unfamiliar one. So remember that when you get them home. Give them time to acclimate, give them time to settle in, and then get to training and get to loving life, because that's our goal for each and every one of you. And I hope you achieve that. So good luck. We wish you the very best, and I'm so glad you put your trust and faith in us. And I assure you, we will not let you down. Sound good? Awesome. With that, that includes concludes our graduation ceremony. We out there have a brown line that we ask people not to cross, just out of respect to our warriors. We don't have that in here. So what we often say is, imagine an invisible line right between the middle of these two doors across this room. That is our line for tonight. If you do me a favor, if you want to say goodbye to the warriors and their dogs, you're more than welcome to do just that. We just ask that you not cross that line. If our warriors are filling up to it and they want to come say hi, they'll absolutely meet you at that line, and you can say all the goodbyes you want, but we want to respect our warrior spaces at the end of the day. So if you could do that for me, I'd be incredibly grateful. Aside from that, thank you for braving this weather with us tonight. We made it happen, and I'm proud to congratulate each and every one of these warriors. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless America. Congrats. Congrats, man. Good luck out there, all right?
Just gonna get out of the way.
Of course, of course.